In over 20 years of salvage hunting, Drew Pritchard has learned that when one door closes, another one opens. A last-minute cancellation has left him stranded in Somerset with sidekick Julian. Rather than waste the trip, Julian has found a nearby collector who runs a museum dedicated to Bakelite.
It's very difficult for me to describe how disinterested in Bakelite I am.
It's not desperately on the top of my list, but it's nearby. Might learn something.
You know, he wants to go, we'll go. It's a day out for him.
Collectors are an unpredictable lot. Some have a wealth of interesting things they're willing to sell, but others just want to show off their collections and hang on to it all.
My name is Patrick Cook, and I have been owning the Bakelite Museum for about 30 years. We've got coffins and plastic bikes and all sorts of extraordinary objects that you would never have guessed were made in plastic.
There it is, to the Bakelite Museum. Oh, I'm so excited! Ooh, Bakelite, I love it.
But it's always worth taking a chance, and already things are looking up.
Oh, they've got a little dog.
Oh, well,
Oh, it's worth
coming
coming
for
for the
mate.
little dog. Look at his little face. Hello. Hi, Patrick.
Hello there.
Hi, Drew. How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Julian.
We believe you've got a Bakelite museum tucked away in here somewhere.
Tucked, absolutely, yes, in the deeper depths of Somerset.
And he really wants to come and see it.
So if we can learn
Sure,
something.
sure.
Come on in, yes. Have a little tour around the Bakelite Museum.
Wow. I love this toy here. That's the Sunbeam Landspeed record car.
Absolutely, and that is more than a toy, really. It's to me, it's like an early executive toy.
I know everybody, I just walk around tapping everything. Is that what everybody does when they come here?
Yes, everything's so tactile, you want to touch it. That is one of the largest pieces of cast phenolic, which is actually a very pure resin. You're able to achieve astonishing colours.
OK.
This is what all lazy bachelors should want. It's about 1930s, but they made them for many, many years. And it's called the Tie Master, and it vomits out the tie at some rate, fully pressed and ready to go off to work.
That's a strange thing.
Despite his reservations, Drew sees something he wants amongst the exhibits.
That's fantastic. That's a wonderful thing.
I know. And it's full of hidden secrets. Look at that.
I love that.
Antique medical teaching tools are popular with specialist collectors. Something like this could fetch upwards of £200 at auction.
So is that something, I mean, would you sell this?
You can buy things elsewhere, possibly, but not in the museum. With the objects in the museum, I get a lot of collectors, and either they stay in the museum for a long time and they get absolutely intrigued. I would charge them bed and breakfast if I try and prize them out of the museum.
This is remarkably gruesome.
Yeah. Shall I open my mouth now?
Yeah, Jules.
No. For once, definitely not.
Look, it's belt. Is it belt driven? That would be driven by a string all the way through. So that's never going to get up to a really good fast lick, is it? So that's going to really hurt.
Other collectors really can't cope. They're out in 10 minutes because there's a sort of competitive, jealous element.
I think these are just caps. I think these are ready-made caps and you just stick them on. Because quite a few things in here are quite fancy.
Well, I specialise in disappointing people.
The Bakelite is off limits, but Drew soon finds there's more to Patrick than just old plastic.
He mentioned he's got a load of gear in his sheds and that he used to be an architectural antique dealer 40 years ago. Suddenly, I'm incredibly interested. So, are there things in here for sale?
Some are, yes.
Some are. All right, OK.
Possibly.
Oh, this is good. What about this, Patrick? Can this be sold?
This British design classic dates back to the 1930s and carries the manufacturer's mark of Herbert Terry. Fully restored, this one could sell for £180.
Do you want me to give you a price? £100.
£100. I can't pay you £100. Can I give you a bid on it? Just the condition it's in.
A little minor bid.
A little minor bid. I'm going to go knock a fair wedge off, to be honest. I was going to say £60 in this condition.
Had it too long. Ready for burnishing myself. I was going to go into the studio. I'll do a gesture. Gesture, you know, £10.
£10 off. 90 quid.
£90.
All right, let's get the ball rolling. £90. Deal?
Yeah, that's done.
OK, great. We'll have that. Fab. There's lots of other things in here, Patrick, I can see straight away. These staircase balustrade sections here. These are the ones that would have been on the balcony, balconette panels.
Clearly influenced by the late 19th century Glasgow school, Drew knows he can sell balustrades like these for around £40 each.
14 complete, and all the rest are broken. What would you want to, for one? Just price them as a single unit.
£50 each they went for.
I can't get anywhere near that. What I'd like to pay for the pile is including that one there, so just the whole lot. I think the most I'd want to pay would be a couple of £100 for the lot. So what do you reckon then? Can we have a deal on those?
Not at the two.
Not the two. All right.
But
Well,
you're welcome to go wander around if it's playing on your mind, because they're not standard railings.
let's just leave that for now. You know, just walk away from them, because I think he is quite keen to sell me some stuff here as well. He needs to clear that room. I get that feeling. I like this, Patrick, at the back here.
Pelmet?
Yes.
Distressed pieces are very fashionable at the moment, and Drew's interior design customers would happily pay up to £180 for this copper pelmet.
What sort of price do you want for that, Patrick?
1.5.
Oh, what? Really? Really?
Oh, OK, then 300.
Your bargaining skills they leave a lot to be desired. How does 75 quid grab you?
Pretty insulting, yeah, I like these.
It's not. Where do you want to be? It's just got a lot of. It's pretty and everything, but it's got a lot of damage.
It is pretty. Well, what did I say? I mean,
You said
actually,
150. I went to 75.
125?
Come on, I can go to 100. I think that's fair. Come on, I've come up.
Well, because I feel sorry for you, yes.
Thank you. I feel sorry for me all day long if you knock some money off. That's great, thank you. No, I'll have that. Keep noticing you've got these things around. I think I've spotted 2 or 3 so far. These cast Gothic strap hinges, decorative strap hinges.
Original door furniture of any period is easy to sell, but unusually ornate pieces like this could fetch £50 each.
There's another one there. Do you want to drag that one down, Julian?
Yeah. This one's got damage, Drew.
Oh.
That is.
Oh yeah, it's missing
Nice one, isn't it?
missing a little trefoil. What are you going to sting me for these then?
Well, they look to me like £50 each.
Ooh, really? £50 each? Oh no, no.
Oh, OK, you're back to the scrapyard prices, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, you've been spoiled.
No, we're
It's gonna
miles
charge you
apart
for
on these. I'll give you a bid and that would be it.
that. You can insult me. I'm used to it
I'm
now.
going to on this one, I'm afraid. But nicely.
Go on then.
Nicely. 40 quid for the pair. Because I'm buying one good one, really. Yeah.
I would say £50 a pair.
£50 the pair, done. Right, fine, we'll have those.
Now that he's made some deals with Patrick, Drew returns to the items he really wants, the Art Nouveau balustrades.
So I'm at 200 quid for the pile.
This sort of stuff is quality.
OK.
And, you know, you've got to bump it up a bit of a chunk to take them home. Because, you know, you'll barely fill up my Rolls Royce, will it, with fuel?
250 for the pile.
No, I thought you were going to be generous. I thought you
No,
could
that's-
take
yeah.
3 and you can take it.
Patrick,
and you
come
can
on.
leave one behind as a sample for
What,
me
you want
to
to
cry
charge me more
over.
money and keep one?
No, I'm just throwing in the broken ones for you.
OK, 275 including all the broken ones.
Give me one to look at and drool over the next 20 years.
Deal, 275 for the lot. And you can keep one. I'll pick you one out specially.
It's most damaged. I'm going to check for the
I'll you
broken
the most
bits.
broken one.
Despite his earlier reservations, Drew's got a good haul and not a piece of Bakelite in sight, and he's not finished yet.
Now, I noticed these as we drove in, actually, Patrick.
Iron garden chairs of this quality are very rare and command large prices. Drew could easily get £240 each for these French beauties.
Are these something you'd part with?
Well, I say no. I'd prefer not to sell them because they're looking pretty here.
Oh, really?
They go with the rustic wall.
If you were to sell them, how much would you want for them?
Well, I think they were about 125 each.
125, so 250 for the pair.
Don't take them. I say to you not to take them because I like them.
No, I really like them. I really
No, you
like them
don't.
an awful lot.
No.
They're very, very good.
No,
They're just great looking, aren't they?
well, that's why they're there.
Yeah, 250 we'll have them.
Damn. I was just going to say 200. But never mind.
Yes. But something that looks that good and is so desirable to me, I want it. So that feeling may translate to somebody else.
It's not just about profit, I mean, although he's going to make a massive killing out of it, of course.
Going to a Bakelite museum, which I'd never have done normally, I was able to buy several items, all good. Some expensive, but hey, I've got them, they're mine, and it's a good group of things for me to put into the shop. Patrick, been a pleasure.
I wish I could say the same.
Well, it was for me anyway.
Yeah.
No, I think it was very good, yes.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
After a good day out, it's a 5-hour trip back to Drew's shop in North Wales to unload the van and see what the rest of the team think of their treasures.
Loads of stuff. We went to a Bakelite museum because Julian wanted to go and I didn't want to go.
Okay.
But you enjoyed it, didn't you? You loved it.
Day, let's be honest.
Ex-dealer, retired, and opened this Bakelite museum. He was great. Got this pelmet off him. It's beaten up to hell, but I still think it has a strong look.
It's wonderful.
Gavin, if you could just make sure it's safe for people to handle and that it can still be hung on the wall correctly. Aren't they lovely?
Lovely. Nice
Fab,
gown
aren't
too.
Paid top dollar for them. Just make sure they sit flat, give them a dust off, that's it. They just have such a good look to them. Look at that, look. Proper angle poise, floor standing lamp. Full polish, all the base, everything. Look at these. Nice, huh? Aren't they fab? So all I want you to do with these, Gavin,
Jet wash.
is clean them. Jet wash. I don't want to do any more than that to them.
Gavin is one of Drew's longest-serving staff members and is responsible for general restoration, cleaning and repairs. Restoration can be a delicate and tricky business, but sometimes a jet wash will do.
Don't need much doing, so just give them a quick jet wash. Get all the dust and dirt and cobwebs and etc. off them and get them in the shop.
Once Gavin has worked his magic, it's Mark's job to get it photographed and on the website as soon as possible.
You can imagine that on a door, like a studded medieval door, if you've got a door this big.
The chairs sell in record time and don't even make it onto the website.
Could these two chairs go on one pallet?
Yeah.
We've paid for one pallet to go up to Scotland.
Okay.
And they're coming this afternoon. I don't know if they're going to fit. Oh, made to measure. That's great. The delivery company are going to collect them. Could be now.
Second only to Drew's love of salvage is his love of cars, and it's a happy day when he can combine the two. Accompanied by Julian, Drew is off to Doncaster, to a man who's famous for racing and smashing up early 20th century cars, and who may just have some car-related salvage for sale.
I've loved daft old cars forever, really. Something with a bit more charm in it than a modern car. And I like old cars where I can fix them myself and play with them.
Yeah, that's this place. Look, it's got a GN badge on the front there.
This would be Dougal then.
Fabulous, brilliant. Dougal pulled up in his hot-rodded Fraser Nash. Today's going to be a brilliant day, really looking forward to it. Wonderful. Hi, Dougal.
Hi, Drew. How you doing?
I'm all right, good to meet you. It's Jules.
Hey, Jules. Right.
Okay. Yeah, God, I love this. I know, I'm here on business, but wow.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. Did you build it, or did you buy it part built, or what did you do?
I rebuild it 3 times every year.
Not that Drew needs to be convinced, but Dougal has an interesting way of justifying his obsession with vintage cars.
It makes so much more sense to drive an old car than have a new car built. Every time they build a new car, a panda dies.
Amusing, but is this someone Drew can do business with?
This is a sort of... Well, it's like a boot room, isn't it, really? With a kitchen and things like that.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? This was the old mill.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen something I like straight away as soon as I walked in. I don't know, is the curtain pole.
This complete set of pole, rings and finials, probably from the Victorian era, could fetch as much as £400.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Yeah, well, it's just, I just thought, well, you're not using it.
And my wife does hang things like that off it all the time, so...
What about 180 quid?
I'd rather have that hanging on the wall than 180 quid.
Yeah?
I would. Thank you all the same. He wanted to buy it because it's a really nice piece of kit. I want to keep it because it's a really nice piece of kit.
That was a pretty definite no, wasn't it?
That was a definite no. That was a definite no.
It's not a good start for me. I mean, I'm enjoying my day here and to meet somebody new, good connection when I need parts for my cars, but I need to make money.
Oh, how about... That's not actually for sale. That's an old tongue press.
A what?
It's for pressing tongues.
Cow tongues.
Yeah.
So you put your tongue in there.
And then pop that on the top to press the tongues. And then you could, because you could put whatever weight on top of that you wanted.
Ah, I see. But that's not for sale either.
No, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
I'm just showing off with it.
Okay. He's a collector. He really doesn't want to sell anything. He's just really enjoying showing me his stuff, and I'm really enjoying looking at it. But we'd like to do some business. Have you got that? What's that?
That's my wife's Triumph, 1914, not for sale. Really lovely, that is. I've also got funky little
not
kids.
for sale.
Kids drop handlebar racing bike. That's not for sale because that's baby stands.
Okay.
Nor's that one.
Okay. Not for sale?
No, not for
Not
sale.
for sale.
Definitely
Okay.
not. Particularly bad motorbike.
You're not really selling that to me, are you?
No, it's not my best pitch.
No.
I don't really have a great deal for sale here. You know, a lot of the things in this house are my knick-knacks collection. Things I've nicked and things that I've knackered. That I've got them from wherever because I like them. And so there isn't a great deal for sale.
As the time passes, it looks increasingly like Dougal has nothing of interest to Drew, who may be going home empty-handed.
Oh, coracle, distinctly second-hand. Never been raced or rallied.
Bloody hell.
If
If you can get from this side of the pond to the other in that, I'll buy it. Don't think it's seaworthy anymore.
Yeah, I think it's not built for water. The things that are for sale, the things I'd happily get rid of, I'd happily get rid of them for the same reason he wouldn't want to buy them.
It's all about quality and condition with these things. But the quality of the initial make, and it's been overpainted.
How about this hammer? It's fantastic, isn't it? I've done it, I've got to tell you, I'm not going to sell it. I just love it because it's a boy's tool, isn't it?
I love
Big
the
hammer like
steps.
that. Yeah,
These are the old mill wheels from the building.
The old millstones, they'd be what they ground the corn with.
Yeah, they're fab, aren't they?
Yeah, great things.
That's good luck.
That's recycling.
It is, on a grand scale. It's very good.
Yeah, I've got a manky old 2CV. This used to be my cousin's. He's called Mickey.
Yeah.
He uses a camper van, so he calls it his Mickey Bago. As in a Winnebago, but possibly not quite chic. And it's now my wife's potting shed.
Oh, it's quite cool.
Eventually, Drew's perseverance pays off, and he spots something attractive and French. Not the 2CV, but some chairs.
They're
Funky
very
little kids' chairs.
Yeah, they're very much up my street.
Kind of.
Drew could easily get £120 for these from his interior design or shop fitting customers. Now he has to do a deal with self-styled joker Dougal.
They're very, very small, aren't they? These are toddler size, aren't they, almost?
Yeah.
OK, well, what do you want for these? I do like them. Great colour. Nice and beaten up. Yeah, they're great.
£5 each, 30 quid for the 4.
God, you're hilarious today, aren't you? 50s and French, by the looks of them. Can't see any maker's marks or anything on them, but they've definitely got that feel about them.
No hallmarks on them.
Yeah. So we're talking, what did you say, 15? I'm sure that's what you said, yeah.
20 quid for 4 chairs.
20 quid for 4 chairs. For teeny-weeny little chairs, like that.
Yeah.
That you've left in the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where else do you get pattern from?
True.
Yeah, lived in
OK,
one.
20 quid, we'll have those.
Sold.
Lovely, thank you. Not going to take up a lot of room in the van, are they? It's a stunning place. It's absolutely beautiful. But unfortunately, I can't buy much, can I?
No, well, I sort of like it all.
Yeah, OK. 20 quid's worth of chairs.
20 quid
Is that
worth of
it?
chairs, yeah, that's it.
OK.
Have you got 20 quid then?
Well, have you got 20 quid?
You owe me 4 quid.
Do I? I've got a tenner.
See how this is
We can probably rustle up a tenner from the ashtray in the van. Yeah, probably, yeah. Quack, quack, quack. Quack, quack. Today, financially, was a loss. We've bought one little thing for £20. It's my job to salvage things, to hunt around and find things. That's what I do. I don't do anything else. If I'm not buying stuff, I'm not making any money. Well, look, we're going to get going. Been a pleasure.
Great stuff. All right,
Thank you.
it's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed seeing Drew. He's a similar character to myself in that he likes sort of silly, old, impractical things that a lot of people have lost interest in. I think we could probably have a few laughs over a pint any time, really.
Well, he was a nice fella.
You're being very tame with that one.
Hey, he was great. He was great, wasn't he? Couldn't give a toss. Sod you.
Absolutely didn't give a damn.
Living his life by his own rules.
Yes.
Very good. But slightly disappointing we didn't find anything.
4 chairs.
Some days, that's how it goes.
The day may be about to turn around. Mark has called with a lead. He's received an email from Amanda Sinclair, who's desperate to clear some of her dad's workshop and hopefully make a few quid selling off some antique garden ornaments. So it's off to Sussex for Drew and Julian.
I love it when Mark calls me on the road, and he's clearly excited. He's running at 1,000,000 miles an hour. He says that he's found a property that has got period garden urns and garden items. Antique ones, I'm there. I absolutely love buying them. So if they're there and they're real, I'm buying them. So where are we going today? See a girl called Amanda.
Amanda Sinclair.
Amanda Sinclair, she's interior designer.
Dad makes furniture, but also along the way, he's sort of into old bits and pieces. The workshop is an absolute tip. And one of the major reasons for calling Drew was to see if we can tidy up a bit. Drew.
Yeah, Amanda.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Everything all right getting here?
Yeah, no problem. Straight in.
Great.
It's Jules.
Hi, Julian.
Hiya. Hi, I'm Amanda.
We got your email.
Fantastic.
I've only seen a couple of images.
Yeah.
Of what you've got, and they seem to be garden items.
Yeah, that's right. Dad's got some old garden furniture that's been hanging around for ages, the planters, pedestals, that type of thing, and I thought Drew might be interested in them. Right, they're just over here.
Right.
So, right.
Oh, I see.
Have fun.
Yeah. That's modern.
But Drew has some bad news for Amanda.
Yeah, they're all modern ones.
They're a bit...
They've got the look, but they just haven't got the age. 30, 40 years old, maybe. Maybe some of them probably not that old.
Yeah,
Period pieces is what I'm really after. That's for sure. Somebody will want them, just not me, I'm afraid.
I feel like I've wasted your time now. Thank you so much, though.
It happens, don't worry.
Sometimes we can pass without knowing a bit of duff information onto Drew. He finds it quite annoying, but, you know, you win some, you lose some.
It's a long way to come for nothing. And Drew employs the Salvage Hunter golden rule. Don't just look at the things the seller thinks you want. Look everywhere.
As you can see, it's working in progress.
Yeah, working environment, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. There's bits and pieces everywhere.
Oh, this is the office?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Right, OK. Yeah. Yeah, he's a messy pup, your dad, isn't he?
Yeah.
Blimey.
He sort of just chucks things wherever they land, really. You know, you've got to...
That's his breakfast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the base of a very big candlestick. Would have been a pair, probably ecclesiastical, looking at them. But you haven't got the rest of these?
Not as far as I know.
Ganesh.
Yeah, could be.
What is it? Yeah? It's all
Yeah.
broken.
It's Ganesh, yeah. You see that?
That's it.
Yeah.
You see a lot of these.
I know that upper mind Indian gods, but I didn't
No,
know.
nor me. The railway line outside's gorgeous, isn't it? What is it?
It's the Bluebell Railway. Very, very famous.
It's an old Pullman carriage.
Absolutely. They do food and afternoon teas and fish and chip parties.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Fish and chip on the Pullman.
Absolutely.
OK, yeah, no, nothing in here for us.
I just had these in the drawer that I put away.
Oh, that one's a nice one. Do you have the keeper?
No.
Shame.
Right, so you just want to keep looking.
Yeah,
See if you can
please.
find any goodies.
Drew searches high and low and then hits gold. Well, brass.
Oh, these are the brass plates.
Quite nice, aren't they? These brass finger plates, or push plates, people call them.
Yeah, they come from a big house in Copthorne, which is about 25 minutes away from here. The house was apparently owned by Lord Dowling in Sussex, and the house was actually knocked down, and my father actually redeveloped the site, but he kept all the bits and pieces from the old house.
OK.
And these are them.
They're stylistically, they're quite nice. They've
Yeah.
got a little registration mark on
Oh,
there
right,
as
yeah.
well. See it?
Yeah.
They're English from the 20s. How many of those have we got, Drew? So this would be either side of the door.
Right, yeah.
Have that one on the door.
Yeah.
That one on the other side of the door. Must be 9, 12. 12. Oh, that's good news. Quite like these.
When it comes to door furniture, multiples of 2 work best. Once cleaned up, these early 20th century examples could fetch £10 each.
OK. Right. Did you say there was a loft space?
Yep, just behind you.
Right.
Up through there.
Attics are often salvage hunter gold, as they are places that people put things and forget about them.
These are interesting, these columns you've got up here.
Right, OK.
6 of them.
Drew has found a set of 6 matching wooden columns. Even numbers are always better for salvage, and condition is key.
There's nothing else I can see up there at all,
okay.
just loads of old tools. These are good, I like these. Where did these come from, do you know?
Stratford-upon-Avon. Dad was doing his normal walking around, looking to see what he could find.
Yeah.
And he found these from the RSC Theatre.
Don't imagine they're from the building, they're probably used on a
No, probably a set or something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
This is exactly the kind of provenance that can add value to an item. These columns could sell for £60 each.
I'd be interested in those,
Right,
for sure.
OK.
Unfortunately for Drew, it's Amanda's father who needs to be convinced to sell.
Yeah, hi, Dad, it's me. Yeah, I've just been here with Drew, and he's just been looking at some stuff. You know the finger plates from the old house,
See what she says?
and also all the columns from that place in Stratford where you and Mum went. So, have you got any idea of price or anything? Right. Hi.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
Right, I've spoken to Dad.
What's he say?
Yeah, he's happy to go ahead.
OK,
We
what's he...
can get a price.
And these?
And the plates.
They're not cast brass, they're just sheet. OK. So we'll have to get the paint off.
£3 each.
£3 each. Well, that's it. That's exactly what we were just saying. Need to pay a few pounds each for these.
Yeah. I think for the columns.
The dowels
Yeah.
in these have snapped.
Yeah. They just came as they were.
Yeah, he didn't strip the
No,
paint
didn't
off
strip-
them.
No.
It's a shame that they've done that. Sometimes when you strip hardwoods like this, they'll crack.
About 150.
6 for 150. OK.
Yep.
That's a great price.
Right, OK.
Yeah, that's fine.
Damn, should have gone higher.
Oh, well. So there you go. It was worth me coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No, and I've cleared a bit of your dad's junk.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not.
What started as a search for antique garden ornaments has resulted in a find of 1920s door furniture and a set of columns from the Royal Shakespeare Company. Proof again that when it comes to salvage hunting, Drew never knows what he'll find until he gets there.
Anyway.
Thank you very
Amanda,
much indeed.
no,
It's
thank
lovely to meet you.
No, and you.
Back at base and more jobs for the team.
We went to see a girl called Amanda. Do you remember that email you sent, Mark?
Oh, yeah.
I went in there blind. I hadn't seen anything. All the garden stuff she mentioned was all new.
Yeah.
None of it was any good. But she did have
I was going to say, these are nice, aren't they?
6 of these. And a father bought them, and they're from the Royal Shakespeare Company. They were used there as set dressing, I'm assuming. What do you think?
Yeah, great.
Lovely, aren't they? So Stratford-upon-Avon. So all I want you to do is just go over them with a clear wax. Right, what else do we get from her? Oh, yeah, these. Bex, look. stack of them, all matching.
Huge wad of them.
Yeah, matching finger plates. 20s, British arts and craftsy.
All matching?
All matching.
They sell well as is.
No, they need you to give... There you go. That's your next job now, then, for saying that. There you go.
I've got to do that.
That one. Full polish on those, please, Gavin. And straighten them out, flatten them, yeah?
But it's been a bad few days, and the purchases from Amanda won't keep them busy for long.
When you're not finding anything, it's the worst. You think, I'm losing my touch. What am I doing? I need to get a real job. You know, all these different things. And then you find that other thing, and I'm off again. I'm like, brilliant.
But Drew's fortunes may be about to change. He's just got another call that has made him put any thoughts of a 9-to-5 job to one side. It's a place he's been trying to get into for years. It's off to Derbyshire to meet a bona fide lord with stuff to sell. Music to Drew's ears.
So we're off to see Sir Richard Fitzherbert. Quite a handle. But he's rang us, so I think it's sort of game on straight away. There's no messing about whether we need to, is that for sale, is this for sale? And he has loads of old furniture he wants to get rid of.
My name's Sir Richard Fitzherbert, and I live at Tissington Hall, and this is our family home for 402 years, and I've been here 22. I think it's essential that sometimes country houses reinvent themselves and occasionally have a big clear-out, but there's a lot of clutter in this house, and it's my responsibility to maintain the house, and if I could achieve a few quid, you know, to do up a window or another room through selling some clutter, then let's do it.
But the scent of blue blood may be giving this salvage hunter ideas above his station.
This is where we need to be all the time, in these beautiful old halls. Spend far too much time in scrapyards. Oh, look, it's a whole village. It's a hall with a village. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that is nice, isn't it? On your best behaviour.
Absolutely.
No spitting, no swearing.
What about farting?
Yeah, it's fine. Hi.
Hi, good morning. Hello.
Sir Richard?
Hello, yes, Richard Fitzherbert. What we've got for sale are the things really in the storeroom, so in the sheds, down in the cellar, and up in the turret room at the top of the house.
Wow, fabulous hallway. Oh, God, that's gorgeous.
Well, this is the main hall of the house, the 17th century part of the house. The house was built in 1609. Great front chest.
Yeah. That's the drawers.
Yeah. Someone's left there. Do you want a hand? It was in my aunt's house, and I'd moved it from her house. It always rattled. I found these drawers by fiddling with it one day, and in these drawers there were jewels and necklaces and things like that she'd hidden. Anyway, I got so excited. I got 3 younger sisters. I rang them up. They're in London. They said, oh, we'll come up and get them. And that was the last I heard of it.
Yeah, I was going to say you never saw them again.
Exactly. I did ask my sister about the earrings, and she said, oh, Richard, they weren't your colour. We're going to go up this way and up these stairs to the turret room. We have a turret room at the south end of the house, at the top of the stairs. I'd love to make that my own sort of little study, but there is a lot of clutter in there, and hopefully we can find something in there for Drew.
Music to Drew's ears. A turret room in a country pile that needs to be cleared out. Doesn't get much better than this.
Is this one of the oldest bits of the house, is it?
Yeah, this is part of the oldest bit. So you've got the, again, the 17th century flies and things like that. These are rather marvellous.
Yes, a light should be weighted. You've got a weight in there, so there you go.
Drop lamps are ceiling-mounted lamps that can be adjusted in height. Rewired and restored, this late 19th or early 20th century version could sell for around £480.
The drop lamp, when we rewired the house in 1990, a lot of these drop lamps were taken out because they were deemed dangerous for the electrics in the house. The house had not been rewired for 40 years, so we took some of these out. I'd forgotten that I'd got a drop lamp like that, which is a rather nice piece.
You pull this up and down, the counterweight moves it up and down, and so if you move it to there, it stops, so there it stops. Everything's here, nothing's missing, and it's not been messed around with. So, ideal for us. What do you think? What do you reckon for that one?
A couple of hundred?
The max for that one, max would be, I'd really like to pay 80 quid, but I'd probably push it to 100, but no more. That's for sure.
OK, it's doing nothing here.
Yeah. Excellent. No, we'll have that.
To get anything for that, I was thrilled of. I could easily have thrown it out 20 years ago.
With the ice broken, the next stage is to get Sir Richard to open the estate sheds, Drew's preferred hunting ground.
We store a lot of clutter in here, as you can see.
At the back of the shed, Drew spots a very large kitchen table that has definitely seen better days.
Then, weren't they?
Apparently,
This is a rather good table. Where's this from?
the table in the shed outside, I think, was a servant's table at some stage, probably used in one of the kitchens. And I believe when the house was readdressed and restructured in 1900, that table probably came out of the house then, 1900, 1910, and has been in that shed certainly since I've ever known it, the last 22 years.
Great big chunk missing out the corner here, where somebody's just hacked into it and cut the end off, cut a corner off. 2-plank top, that's really good. Let me just get down and have a better look at this side. Is this something that's for sale?
Yep. Oh, that's the ghost.
Have you got a ghost?
We have corresponded with some of my great-uncles, I believe. One particular evening is very memorable. It was 1 in the morning, and we went into a particular room, my old study, and 10 of us clasped hands all around. I didn't know the other 9 at all. They didn't know anyone, and we had to be quiet. So we were quiet. We put our hands together, went in a ring, and somebody said, "Is there anybody out there?" And then the floor creaked. "Was that you? Was that you? Was that you?" No, it was the floor creaked. And so somebody rather brashly said, "Is there someone there?" The floor creaked. Did you hear it just then? And then this conversation developed on a sort of yes-no. Are you William? Floor creaked. Are you George? Nothing. And we worked out that it was one of the Sir Williams that lived here in the 18th century.
Right. Sceptical. I think we'll get back in the van.
At the risk of upsetting the spirits, Drew and Julian hoist a table outside to take a closer look.
Ah, it's soaked in oil. Somebody's been rebuilding engines on it by the looks of it.
The Qataris pay a lot of money for that sort of thing, won't they?
Drain the table out. There's at least a litre in there, isn't there?
That's right. Well, that's worth it. Oh, gosh, at today's prices,
There's about 15 quid in there.
Absolutely, yeah.
The oil and the damage don't deter Drew. He knows that after restoration, this 10-foot example could fetch around £1,800.
How much?
I mean, I'm not using it. It's pretty sturdy. I mean, I've sold similar ones, not quite as in good condition, for, 500 quid.
500 is going to be too much. Well, I was thinking more cheekily, 200 quid.
200 quid?
Yeah, when I first saw it, so we're a bit apart.
Right, OK, we are a little bit on that, really. Well, I'd have to think about that.
What about 300?
300 with that very good green on it. That's estate green, you know. That's Hollybush green.
You can have that, though.
I can have
you
that
can have
back,
that. If you can get that off, you can have it. All yours for free.
Well, I suppose I'll carry down to 400. 400.
Still seems a little bit heavy.
It is heavy.
Yeah, well, it's not. 380. We'll have a deal on it. Close enough?
Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.
The £380 I got for the table, I think, is very fair. In fact, I'm probably very pleased with it. 500 was probably a little naughty of me to try that on with Drew.
Yeah, I paid £380 for the table, which looks like a hill of money for a broken, oil-soaked, cut-up, knackered work table out of a kitchen. But what I'm looking at is I've got a 10-foot, 2-plank pine table with a nice history that, once restored, will command a lot of money because it's very much in vogue.
But Drew's not finished yet. Sir Richard has one last place to take him.
I think Drew might be able to find something in the cellar. It's become the receptacle of lots of junk. Mind your steps as you come down this stairway. You can hold on to the left.
We're deep, aren't we, down here?
It's deep down here, yeah. And there's that door, and I'll turn the lights on. And this is my glory hole.
Ah.
My old...
I'll give you that.
cellar. So, lots of clutter in here.
More wine. More wine
That was
lying
the
around
port
there.
section.
That's the port.
I've had a bit of a go at that.
You've got these lovely old bin numbers everywhere.
Yeah, and there's the odd... Is that the Armagnac one or Cognac? Yeah. I mean, in the old days, these would have held a pipe of port each or a pipe of Armagnac, so you'd have had 144 bottles of... Your merchant would have given you 144 bottles of claret, of Burgundy, of Armagnac, of Cognac.
And that's called a pipe?
A pipe.
That quantity is a pipe.
104, 12 cases of 12.
Ah, OK.
And in the cellar, something Drew can never have enough of. Old country house chairs.
I've got a bit of a fetish for old country house armchairs.
Right,
I
OK.
do tend to buy them weekly. That's a beauty.
Yeah, what do you think they are? They're sort of 19th century?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Then you've got this one here. But yeah, these are all 19th century. This one's got a broken arm, unfortunately. OK, so are these for sale? These?
Possibly, yeah.
Drew never passes up a decent old armchair. Even before reupholstery, he can sell these for up to £300 each.
What price-wise?
I'd average them out at 300 quid each, 900 quid for the three.
I'd probably go to 450 for the three. And that I think that's me done.
450. That's fine for the
450.
three.
Wonderful. Thank you. Lovely. Right.
To clear it out, £450, I was very well pleased with. I hope they find a good home. They need a new life.
It's what I'm always looking for. It's quality. Quality sells. That's why I come to these houses. They didn't buy junk. That's why I like to come here, and that's what I'm always looking for. Chairs of that size, I've never had a problem selling them, whether back into sort of the interior design trade generally or back into big old country houses as well. There's an awful lot of them around. All right. Tissington Hall has been great for us today. I've never been here before. It's stunning. Meeting Sir Richard was fun. He's a laugh, to be honest with you. We got on well, I think. And I've bought well. I've bought a few items, and they've all got perfect country house provenance.
I was thrilled that Drew came today. I've learnt a lot from today, and I've got a few quid in my pocket as well, so we'll be going to the pub later. But I think, yeah, I'll ask him to come again. I've also got a few mates who've got a few houses as well, and he might like to visit them.
OK, we're done?
Done.
Finished?
Loaded.
OK.
Thank you so much.
OK, good luck.
Very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
See you again.
Thanks for the trip around the house as well.
My
Really
pleasure.
enjoyed it. See you soon.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.
On the ride back, Drew tells Julian just how much he loves old armchairs.
I love armchairs. I'm obsessed with them.
Really, really loves old armchairs.
I actually don't know how many I've got in stock at the moment.
A lot.
20? 20 country house knackered armchairs.
Yeah,
I'll keep buying them.
Back at base, the armchair love fest continues.
Hello! How you doing?
I can see some chairs.
We couldn't take, yeah. Surprise, surprise, I bought loads of chairs.
Drew's wife, Rebecca, is used to upholstered rivals and is unfazed.
You can't go wrong with bums on seats.
No. But the frame is good, and the shape underneath this is great. You can see underneath this.
Has it got all its casters?
Everything's on there.
Oh, good.
But the arm's broken. But what a super shape. Look at the shape. Isn't it great? I'll just take the back there. Look at this. This is a beauty. Let's spin it round. Look at that. What a super chair. Isn't that just wonderful? Is it me, or have I just got too much of a thing for chairs?
That's a yes, then.
3 chairs, £450
Okay.
for the 3. Don't you think that's great?
It is.
You guys not as
No, I
enamoured
am.
with it as me?
No, I am.
Just
Obviously,
mean,
it
it's
seems
just
up to date.
perfect.
To a lot of people's eyes, they just look like a load of old sofas that some people would say should be skipped. But underneath all that is the frames are beautiful. They're Victorian. Again, Drew's eye. He spotted those chairs, the turned legs, the casters. So they're great.
The giant oil-soaked table is more of a hit with the team.
What do you think of that? Ignore the extremely filthy, oily condition, which the oil is an issue. Yeah.
Well, that's 2 planks.
2 plank top.
2 plank top, yeah?
Yeah. Look at that. 1 plank. Look at that. Lovely.
Wow. Most people wouldn't have even spotted it. It's a real state, a real state. But great proportions. As Drew would say, Trust me, with a lot of restoration, that will be back to a very, very good standard.
It will be good.
Salvage hunting is a tricky business, and despite some doubts, Drew's persistence has paid off, and he lives to hunt another day.
I have to rely very much on my own instincts. I have to know that what comes off the back of the van is going to sell. The lads look at me sometimes when I bring in an oil-stained table or a little kiddie's chair like this, or, you know, a knackered old armchair. It's not only my livelihood, it's their livelihood. We need to make sure we can sell this stuff, and it's a big responsibility. When you take a little chair like this out of context now, you see, you take it out of the garden and just put it down and go, look, it's a funky, cool item. So sometimes just taking those pieces away from a normal environment you expect to see them and showing them for what they are, which is really very simply and beautifully designed little piece of furniture. This is the wonderful and amazingly good quality rise and fall lamp we found at Tissington. It's now working. Ollie did a lovely job rewiring it and getting it to work correctly and balance properly, which is really, really hard. But now you can just hold that, stops perfectly anywhere you like. These are some of the finger plates we bought from Amanda Sinclair, again, which are just wonderful now they've come up. They've had a polish. I mean, they've been handled, but we've sold the larger ones and we've sold the columns that we got from Amanda, but we've got these smaller finger plates come through. So exactly what I like about the job, you know, just taking something like that, completely usable, but also authentic. So this table now, this is the one we got from the garage at Tissington. I did take a bit of a flyer on this one, to be honest with you, because that oil was really deep in it. But Alex and Gavin, between them, have done a super job. And you can really see now that why I was really fancied it. The two-plank top just makes a great look to the table. Experience has taught me that you always keep going, because it literally can be in the next 5 minutes or tomorrow or the day after. You'll find something great and we can make some money and we get the excitement and we get the rush and we get the interest and we get the new thing through the shop. So you just keep going and think, well, tomorrow I'll find a shed full of stuff.